So did you ever catch yourself holding yourself hostage in your life so that you are living a life not really free and always try to please or to wait for approval, or that you really can't handle when you can't help other people or make them happy? It might be that this is the case because you actually had an abusive relationship when you were younger or a child or in your past. What do I mean when I say abusive relationship? Because everybody talks about abuse when they mean the physical, and I don't mean the physical, I mean the physical as well as the emotional, as well as the energetic, as well as the verbal, as well as the spiritual abuse. What happens when this happens? Somebody else takes too much of you. You're giving too much. And usually you try to survive, and it happens that you suppress your own needs in order to survive, or you take back and disconnect from your own ideas and goals in life to make sure that this abuser is calm, that it doesn't break out into whatever craziness against you. And so you gradually lose more and more integrity. And even when the situation might be over, it might be that later in your life you still have problems when you want to please somebody, when you want to rescue somebody, and that you are actually sacrificing your integrity in order to make sure that you keep the peace or you keep a relationship. When you find yourself doing that, I would like to invite you to a solution. This solution actually comes from the family constellation work, and it is important that you see yourself as the victim that you were. Not the helplessness, but you just see that you were trapped in something that you didn't necessarily choose consciously by yourself. And you didn't know exactly how to get out of it, because you really disconnected from this part of you. And then you have, let's say, the abuser here. So what's very important is that you understand that you don't have to forgive the situation, because that would mean that you take a part of the responsibility and that you make yourself a judge, and that you deal with this situation all the time to be able to judge, and then you never get out of it. So in the family constellation, what we do is that you are clear that you are the victim in the situation and that is the perpetrator, and that you give back the consequences for what happened. You give back the responsibility for what happened to the abuser, and you have the right to withdraw. You even don't have to forgive, nothing like that. This means that the abuser deals with the consequence himself or herself, and you have made the experience, but you can withdraw from the situation and move on and find a safer place where you feel protected, and where you can gradually learn to make a new experience, which might be that you make the experience, oh wow, I can handle not to have the approval of somebody. I can handle not to make everybody happy. I can handle it to disappoint people. I'm not there to rescue them. And to gradually make the new experience that comes from your own dignity and from your own integrity instead of carrying this burden and a responsibility that is not yours. If you have more questions, please feel free to ask me.